Griffith's fight is about to start right now. They're in the middle of the ring. If you guys are unaware, he has a lot of hype coming about him. He's a teenager, only a few pro fights. Comes from a tough camp. Caden, this is the same kid. I'm pretty sure he was Madrimov's sparring partner. So as a teenager and your sparring partner is Israel Madrimov, I mean, that he has a lot of hype. We watched him fight. He signed with Golden Boy. We watched him fight about 6 weeks ago. He won, I think, by third round stoppage. This is a 6-rounder. We're obviously waiting for the main event. We're waiting for Gucci Flores versus Jorge Chavez. We got some action on that. The fights have been good so far, guys. If you've been watching them, they're on DAZN and they're on YouTube. So they've been entertaining. We just watched a very entertaining fight before this. Perfecto, a 22-year-old from Mexico who was 14-1. He got stopped against another fun young prospect. So yeah, the fights have been good. As you guys are tapping in, we'll see who comes on board. If you guys haven't joined our Discord, that link is pinned in the comment section below. The Discord's been going off. We started it about a week ago. Costs a couple bucks a month. Just hit that link. You'll become a Johnny Says Insider on YouTube, and then you'll get the Discord. The parlays are up. All the prop bets are up. Some of the boys are going real heavy. PJ's in the house. Yeah, the only fight, guys, that my book was allowing me to bet on is the main event. So I'm interested. Is that like in America as well? You guys aren't even being offered the other fights? Yeah, Caden Griffiths is a really good athlete. You could already see that from the first 2 minutes of this fight. If you've never seen him box before, he's a teenager. I think he's from Palm Springs. And he walks into a gym, I think when he was 14. Yeah, Skeezy in the house. What's up, buddy? Perth, holla. So we're watching Caden fight. We watched Caden about 6 weeks ago. Good prospect. Look, I know boxing, there's the reason why I think boxing has such loyal fans is because there's different levels in boxing. For instance, the UFC, people who love MMA and just watch the UFC, because it's sort of a monopoly, say it for what it is, and the regional promotions, it's not really a minor league sort of thing. So you could look at the LFA, you could look at Cage Fury out of Texas, you could even look at Cage Warriors in the UK. Those are still professional fighters. My point is, in boxing, you have fans who only pay attention to prospects. You have fans who love contenders. You have fans who love world champions. You have fans who love road warriors. You have fans who love, you know what I'm saying? So if we had to categorize it, I mean, I'm sure there's boxing fans out there who are fans of gatekeepers. So my point is, this kid has a lot of hype on him as a teenage prospect. And look who's in his corner, mate. Robert Garcia, dude. RGBA. Was that Robert Garcia? Hold on, am I tripping? Because I thought he was... What did I... Yeah, no, what's up, David? I have to clarify those comments about Elijah Pierce. Somebody called me out on it. I wasn't saying he's going to lose to Das Marinas. I said I'm not sold on Elijah at the world level, meaning that I don't know if I have a lot of faith in him becoming a world champion. That's all I meant. I mean, it's very rare that fighters become world champions. It's a just from what I've seen. Didn't we watch Elijah get dropped? Get hurt badly against a guy? I don't know. I'm just not sold on him. That's it. I'm not calling him a bum or anything. I mean, people love him. He should definitely win, but I don't think Das Marinas is a... My book has him as a 15-1 underdog, showing him no respect. I could have swore... So this is the second round. Yeah, Caden is only 19 years old. Havasu, Arizona. We watched the Edgar Gutierrez fight, which was in a couple months ago. I mean, he's fighting a kid who's 18-5. He's fighting David Ramirez is a veteran. It's a nice little step up. Ramirez 18-5, a 32-year-old Costa Rican. He's been stopped 4 times. Yeah, this is where matchmaking. This is where boxing. I mean, he might be in too deep though. We'll see. It's an interesting fight. It's a 6-rounder. This is where matchmaking and boxing is fun. Golden Boy with Caden Griffiths think that they have a big 140. I think he's a 147. Yeah, he's a big 147. He's 19. He's a big puncher. So what they do with the teenager is they put him in there with a 32-year-old veteran who has a lot of rounds, a lot of fights, but's been stopped 4 times. So they're like, all right, we're gonna find a guy who's gonna test our guy. He's gonna be there to get hit, and we're gonna see where Caden. This is a good step up for a 19-year-old. Hats off to his camp. I know, isn't Caden? He's with Golden Boy, and you know we're seeing him with the. He's a dog too. So yeah, I don't mind this step up. It's an intriguing matchup. I mean, think about this for people, for you non-fighters out there. If you've never fought before, think about where you were at 32 years old. If you're let's say you're older, versus 19 years old. You know, a 19-year-old is a little baby. What do you think of the Patty Donovan, Lewis Crocker, IBF? Yeah, it's a fun fight. It's the internet, UK boxing is going crazy about that announcement. I've been seeing a lot of people on my Instagram and my YouTube feed from the UK. They're all about it. I love the international fight scene, the fight news. How Americans get stoked about certain fight news, and they won't even talk about Donovan. They won't even talk about that fight, Dara. You know what I'm saying? And then you look at the UK, and it's all they talk about. This is why I love boxing. And I think part of the reason why my channel works and why it's growing is being American, living in Australia since 2013. Irish, my bad. I said the UK. Patty Donovan 1-6. Glad the rematch is happening. And so, like, I don't have an allegiance towards just American fights. I don't have an allegiance to just Aussie fights. I try to cover all of them. Been following Caden, is very good. Joel, that's who it was. Joel Diaz, yeah. So Joel has 5 guys on this card. My bad. I just posted on our channel Robert Garcia and Bam Rodriguez. So in our community section, I just did this little sneaky post to RGBA and Bam, and that was on my mind. And so when I saw the corner, that's Joel Diaz. So Diaz is also the guy. I think this is Caden, his 3rd guy on the card. What's up, boys? As you're checking in. My bad. Did I say English or UK? Did I say English or UK? I'd get offended too. If I was Irish, somebody called me a Brit, I'd get offended too. My old roommate, Patty was being the shit out of Crocker. It's gonna be a crocodile tears. I have an extra room, right? And so a couple years ago during the pandemic, I met a guy at sparring. He had just got back from Thailand. He was training at Tiger Muay Thai. He was a Thai fighter. But he was from London. He was from the UK. Really thick accent too. He spoke Cockney. He's hilarious. His name's Jesse. He's a wonderful human. So he needed a place to stay, and I have an extra room down here. So I rented my spare room out to him. And so he lived with me for about 6 months. And the culture was hilarious, being able to learn these things, like you said, about how people get offended. What's up, Goat? What's up, Joseph? Off topic, did you listen to the new clip? Yeah. Goat, I posted that on my Instagram. Goat, I posted it the day it came out. When it dropped, I posted about a week ago. History Vault in the house. Griffin Tate, he does get hit a lot. This is a step up, boys, if you're watching this. And like I said, you got to get... There he is. He's heating up a bit. Ooh. Caden, he has swelling under his right eye. He just got hurt to the body. This is the middle of round 3. Guys, he's fighting a real veteran, a 22-fight, 32-year-old Costa Rican guy. 5 losses. 4 of them have been by stoppages, but that's why his handlers put him in there. They're like, all right, Caden's a big puncher. Let's put him in there with a veteran. Let's see how he handles the sort of savviness of a real pro. And, you know, what his handlers are looking for, they're not necessarily looking to see if his power holds up against this guy or even necessarily if he stops him. They're looking to see how he handles the pressure. This is what this is a 19-year-old learning on the job right in front of us. So, I mean, this is a lot harder to do than it seems, to be a 19-year-old kid like with a 32-year-old veteran in front of you in boxing, mate. It's, say what you will. Yeah, Caden's rushing it. I'd like to see more jabs from Caden. He's swinging and missing. He's looking tired. Look at his body language. And he's looking a bit, you know, he's not being efficient with his style. Everything he's throwing is like really like flexing on it. You want him to relax a bit. You know, he still has that young energy to his style. Over time, guys, that energy flexing and throwing everything, that it might work in 4-rounders, it might work in 6-rounders, but when you level up and start doing 8s, 10s, and 12s, you got to be able to carry that style. So there's already, and this is why you do the step up, and this is why I like this matchup, is there's already so many take-home points. Let's say in the next round, Caden wins by stoppage. 4th round, well, hypothetically, there's so much to take from this fight. It's a 6-rounder, Jack. Dara. Yeah, Dara. I think I mentioned that. Ramirez has 5 losses. 4 of them he's got stopped. But, you know, let's say Dara, he has those 5 losses and he had never been stopped. I don't know if they put him in there against... I don't know if Caden's handlers would do this fight, though. You know what I'm saying? Because why it makes sense is because you do have a 32-year-old who's chinny, who's been stopped against a teenage... I don't want to call him a phenom, but a teenage prospect who's a big puncher who, you know, kind of cut his teeth as Israel Madramov's sparring partner. And, you know, he trains out of Joel Diaz's camp. So it's like, all right, let's put him in there with a guy who will stand and trade with him, who's a real veteran, who's been stopped before. Let's see if Caden's power holds up. Let's see if his composure holds up, and let's see how he handles a veteran. This is what makes boxing great. This is a great step up. This is a great matchup. And, you know, there's 2 rounds. Caden's right eye is swollen. He has a little bit of blood coming out of the nose. It's not like Ramirez is doing anything that is overwhelming Griffiths, but you could see he's a seasoned pro. So it's up to Caden to, look at that. That swinging and missing works in the amateurs. Swinging and missing, like those punches where he's swinging and missing, those would have landed in the amateurs. Those probably land in sparring against guys. It's important to... he's going to have a lot to work on, which is great. This is what I'm seeing, and, you know, I don't want to... I always side on the air of caution whenever there's a teenage prospect. So I'm not going to sit here, even with Carmel Moten, even Abdullah, who's only 21, and Schofield, who's 22. At this day and age of the game, I'm always real sort of hesitant to kind of rush a guy in terms of, you know, you want to see them sort of level up accordingly. Beautiful body rip, dude. Look at the placement of that. That was sneaky. One of you boys called a body shot last round. Somebody was asking for it. That was beautiful. And look, so now Caden is 6-0 with 5 knockouts. What we just saw was that's a step up for a 19-year-old. That adjustment, that was such a sneaky body rip, dude. I mean, you got Oscar's in his corner. You know what you got to do, though, is you got to guide him. You got to guide him accordingly. You don't rush that kid. Look at Oscar. Oscar sees dollar bills in his eyes, doesn't he? Look at Oscar's eyes. Oscar sees dollar signs, dude. Yeah, great question. As a trainer, are you able to comment on the ideal body position as it translates to performance? I'm thinking of heavyweight boxers. Okay, so, well, Mike, in order to answer that properly, if we're thinking heavyweights, Body position. We then have to answer. That's a gorgeous body rip. Give me a second. We then have to think about. So he pushes off. That's a right hand he throws. It's the left hand right under the. Oh, that's a liver shot. So right under the chest, right pec is the liver. So right there. That liver's a switch. I always tell people, I'd rather get hit here with a punch I see coming than there. So body positioning with a heavyweight, it depends on where he carries his power. Some guys have power in both hands. Not a lot of guys have power in both hands, meaning that their knockout punch won't be both hands. You know what I'm saying? So with that in mind, orthodox versus orthodox, if my power is in my backhand, I like putting my head, if I'm in the pocket, I can only speak to me personally because, you know, boxing, I walk around at 182 pounds. If I were fighting, I'd probably cut to maybe 160. I'm 5'11". So head either in the pocket on the mid chest or slightly to the right. Shoulder, my lead shoulder on orthodox fighter's left shoulder. And so I'm doing, you know, there's a head position game too, though, here. And then your back leg matters too, though. So you're not at a split stance. You might be at a little bit of a bladed stance at range. So notice when your fighter goes from range, cuts the distance if he wants to fight in the pocket. As he cuts the distance from range, you'll go from a little bit more bladed to a little bit more square up. Because in the pocket, you're going to have more power if you're giving your opponent both shoulders and both hips, but you're also going to be more susceptible of getting hit. So this is a game within the game. This is a decision you have to make. This is why fight IQ matters. Perfect example of this is Charles Conwell versus Chino Garcia. Conwell didn't have an answer in the pocket. I thought he was going to have the advantage in the pocket, but every time Conwell got to the, in the pocket, he would get his head stuck on Chino's left side, and Chino would block. He was taller, and he would use the ropes, and he would use his length to kind of slip and roll everything, and Conwell couldn't land. So the whole fight I'm watching, I'm like, why doesn't Charles exit slightly and work the other side of Chino? He didn't have that in his arsenal. You could tell that's something, if you don't train that, the brain, our body positioning, our movement patterns, even combinations, if you don't train it in your brain, it's neural pathways, it's tough to do. Oh, composition up, my bad. My bad, Mike. I thought you said positioning. Composition, when you look at Patty Pimble, he's taking various... Oh, body composition. Okay, so that's a complex question too. Virgil Ortiz. Griffiths looks like he shaved his armpits. Why is that interesting, Dara? Why is that interesting, mate? He's a 19-year-old kid. You know, what a comment. What do you mean that's interesting? Dude, you got to explain. I wish that you guys were able to do voice memo. Like, I wish YouTube would allow commenters on the live stream to do like a voice, and I could press it so I could hear your intent, because I don't understand that comment. Yeah, I mean, why is that interesting? Gucci Manny Cousins coming out. I believe he's also looking really good. Oh, Grant Flores. Okay, making weight. What time is... So, guy, PJ, it's Friday afternoon at 12:50 p.m. Rami. Yeah, I was going to say, Rami, I agree. It's not a scientific approach. What Patty does is he gets out of shape a lot and he cuts a lot of weight. A scientific approach would be... A more professional approach would be not getting out of weight. Not blowing up like that, not eating garbage food, not eating processed foods. He could get away with it now because he's in his 20s. It's weird watching these Misfits promos. Why would you do just interesting? Why? So growing up as an athlete, especially fighting, all the dudes in my gym growing up would shave their armpits. You know, I know guys who would shave their arms too. I never shaved my arms or never shaved my legs. I'm not a naturally hairy dude though, but I know guys who would, you know, if we're wrestling, they'd want to shave. But I also know guys who didn't shave anything. So it was always a personal preference. It was never sort of a benchmark though for me to like see, oh, that guy shaves, that guy doesn't. Well, cutting weight, I'm never gonna support weight cutting because I'm not a fan of weight cutting. But it can be done in healthier ways. You know, the old school way of cutting weight, of crash dieting and cutting like, you know, 12 pounds in 24 hours and dehydration and saunas. Yeah, I've always been a bigger proponent of doing it throughout camp, but also never getting overweight, never getting out of shape. Like all the fighters I cheer for are the guys who kind of live a samurai lifestyle. Jeff McAllister, Hefe. I have on a sneaky prop bet, I have Gucci by stoppage on a sneaky prop. Paying like 3-1. So on a sneaky prop, I have Gucci by stoppage, and then I have them on the money line on a parlay. I got Flores and O'Shea. I can't stand Darren Till, by the way. Watching the like Darren Till and Luke Rockhold, they're doing like this sort of like DAZN right now. If you guys are watching on DAZN, or obviously promoting their other cards, this is just hard to watch. I mean, at least Luke Rockhold was a UFC former champion. I was at the fight when Michael Bisping beat him in LA. It was 2016. Rockhold was a huge favorite, and he totally lost concentration and got stopped. I was at that fight in LA. It was at Staples, and Rockhold was never the same guy. And Darren Till was a guy, a super hot prospect coming into the UFC. He never fulfilled his potential. He never fulfilled his potential. He had a lot of hype. People were comparing him to Conor McGregor. People thought he was going to be a two-weight world champion. They thought he could win titles at 70 and 85 in the UFC. Never did. Some guys just never sort of, you know, it's tough to become a champion. Yeah, let's go, PJ. Yeah, he did. Uh-huh. And they had fought once before, too. Yeah, Tony Ferguson. I know. Tony's always been crazy, though. El Kukui. Tony's always been crazy, though, mate. Patty blowing up. More. How do they settle on the weight that they fight at? So Mike D, when you got to understand, Patty went pro in MMA, I think, when he was 16. I think Pimblett's first pro fight was as a 16-year-old. I was watching Patty in Cage Warriors back in 2015, so maybe 10 years ago. He would have been maybe 2017 when he was 19. I remember watching him. So when you have a guy coming up and, you know, he's been with Next Gen since he was a teenager. So that's his gym. The handlers know a kid. You're with a kid so long, you know their build, you know their physique, you know their fight weight. He knows his fight weight. But he's just been able to get away with what he's been able to get away with in terms of blowing up in between camps. He's not going to be able to do that forever. Do you want to? Do you only want to hand history vault, my man? We can. Keep it. You know, hand history vault, the issue is I could be baited into an MMA chat. You know what I'm saying? I could be tricked into just chatting. But we got Crocker Donovan too, boys. We got Ruhei Zugo. I like the zone because they always have these obscure fight cards. I'll end up watching, and then I'll end up, I don't know if you guys are nerds like me. The room I have my TV in, because the only time I ever watch TV is during fights or if I'm streaming. History Vault. I put my picks up on our Discord. So guys, if you're sign up to our Discord, the link is pinned in the stream. History Vault. The Discord has 3 separate channels: boxing, MMA, and parlays. So the only action I have this week in MMA is my upset of the week. And some of you guys like it, some of you don't. I'm not telling you to follow it, but I like Marcus McGee to beat Peter Yan, and I also like RDR to beat Robert Whitaker. And that's 9-1. So 100 gets you 900. All right, guys, Flores versus Manuel. So I guess is this Gucci's brother or Gucci's cousin? a 6'1", 20-year-old fighting at 154 pounds. This should be fun. This should be a fun fight. Look at that blazer. Mark Fratto out here. Mark Fratto, the ring announcer, looks like he has a bag in his pocket. Looks like he was up all night at the whorehouse. Didn't get much sleep. And he came here to party. PJ, the Discord, you have to join. It's a couple bucks a month. If you're coming from America, it's cheaper than the Aussies because the way it's set up is in Australian dollars, and our dollar's super weak right now. So Americans, either way, it helps the channel. You get access to all the big gamblers who follow my channel. They're all in the Discord. They put their bets up. So it's really, we've had it for a week. The community is growing, and I'm glad I finally listened to you guys to start it because you guys are the ones who asked me to do it. 6'1", 20-year-old fighting 154 pounds. It's a big frame. Andy's young. Yeah, that body shot was nasty. And you know what? It was sneaky, David. He was headhunting the entire fight, and he was swinging and missing, and he just dropped low with that body. It was short and sweet. It was brutal, right under the right elbow where the liver is, right there. So we got a couple fights until the main. Is this the co-main? Yeah, I wish they would. PJ, I agree. This is a feeder card, mate. This is a full-on Joel Diaz fight card. 5 of the fighters on the card are from his camp. They've all won so far. Manny Flores is from his camp. Fingers crossed. I think Manny Flores is a level above Jorge Chavez. If we had to put him on levels, I just think that when I see the work Flores does, how he goes about his work, it looks classier to me, and I like his power and his sort of aggression coming from the southpaw stance. One more fight after this. Okay. Do you think Ilya can beat Patty? Ooh, great question. I like Patty in that fight. I do. I've been a Patty. I'm an Ilya fan too. I just think people underestimate how big Patty is, how much of a beating he could take, and how skilled he is with his grappling. Ilya is a champion for a reason. 2 division. Ilya is a world-class fighter. But stylistically, Patty's been asking for that fight for like 8 years. What did I miss? Elmabayev. What do you think of Mick Conlon? I know. Dara. I can't hate on Mick, but I thought Mick retired for a reason, didn't we? 2 more fights until the main. All right. Yeah, I swear, man, I've watched Mick Conlon get beat up, he had 1 or 2 bad stoppages, and I don't like when guys come back after they've had a pretty tough career. Chavez never lost. But you guys said the same thing last week when I told you Bam was going to win by a stoppage against Cafu. You guys were like, people are undefeated and never lost until you lose. Yeah, I'm going to stay live. I haven't really thought about the Jose Ochoa fight a lot yet. I kind of keep it card to card history. Because we got this card, and then we got New York, and then we got Detroit. He does. Rami, it's not just a speed thing. Flores is nice, dude. I think he has an everything advantage over Jorge. Nothing against Chavez. You guys know at the highest level, it's the smallest of margins in skill set that separates world champions from sort of contenders, and then domestic guys from club level guys. And in the small spaces of the fight, the speed, the accuracy, punch placement, power, footwork, I like Manny in all those categories. Farid Nagoga, blazing boxing in the crib. Oh, Farid Nagoga is your coach, fighting Jordan Panthen. This is an 8-rounder. It's wild to me. So when I lived in Long Beach, California, I lived in Long Beach for about 7 to 8 years, and this would have been in 2000, from 2004 to about 2010, 2011. We would go to Coachella music. We would do the Coachella Music Festival every year. It's in Indio, California, the Coachella Music Valley. And so it's not a big place topographically. It's not a big place. When you see Seb Fundora wear the shorts that say Coachella on it, and you see the Flores, you would think they're all from the same camp. You know what I mean? But they're not. Because these boys fight with Joel Diaz, and then Seb, his Flores been knocked down before. Seb's with his pops. I'm not sure. FX coach, am I confident about Alois Yambuin versus Elizaro? Yeah. I think I'm taking him by stoppage, to believe it or not. I was at the fight with Mick. Yeah, I know. That was the fight I was talking about. And Mick's such a, like, I'm a fan of Mick Conlon. That's why I said that. I don't want to see him take any more damage. I remember watching him years ago. It's fun to watch. When he was younger, coming up, he'd have his cheering section, selling out his hometown. I think so, Julius. I'm just going to keep the stream on the whole time. We got this and then a couple more fights. Hopefully I'll have time because it's 1 o'clock. I'm going to spar a bit in about 3 hours. I have a client who's coming just to probably we'll do 6 3-minute rounds downstairs. Just because it's Friday night. Get a little Friday night sweat session. Put the 16s on. Mouthpiece. Not really trying to throw big shots. He's 20. The dude I'm going to be sparring with is 27. I'm 43. So I kind of like that. When at this stage of the game, when I spar with the younger dudes, it's literally, I tell them every time, whoever comes, I'm like, I'm going to give you what you give me. That's the one rule I have when I spar at people that it's all right, whatever energy you give me, I'm giving you right back. That's my only role, and that's how we go. So we'll see what type of energy he brings. Griffiths won by body rip knockout. I do. Caden Griffiths stopped his opponent. It was a good step up. I think it was the fourth round stoppage. Why did you sparring just for fun? Yeah, problem solving. Fun, problem solving. The workout, it's fun as hell. I'm not going to ever spar anybody I don't know. We're not trying to hurt each other. We wear 16s. I'm a coach, super safe. And, tomorrow morning I'll spar. Saturdays I usually spar 10 to 15 rounds with 2 separate people. And I've been doing that for years. They called the fight. What did I miss? It's over. What just happened? Did he just quit? He just quit? What did I miss, boys? This fight's done. Oh, I think he quit. Are they saying his hand broke? He didn't want anything to do with it? Boxing's a brutal sport, mate. You can't judge these guys, man. It was crazy to see all the the basement sort of armchair coaches and boxing experts judging Tim Tszyu for his loss against Seb, saying that he quit. I'm like, dude, you guys have never been punched in the mouth before. Damn, I'm not betting on Nikita Krylov. 23 and 20. It's 23 and 24. He was 23 and 23. That's a crazy record. What did he? Oh, okay. I thought it hit his hip. Yeah, but that was a weird punch. He grazes his chest and he's shaking his hand out, and I guess that was it. I mean, the guy had 46 pro fights. That was his 48th pro fight. 23 wins, 23 losses, 1 draw. Nice little step up for a kid with 10 fights. Grant Flores, I haven't seen enough of him. He's only 20 years old, Julius. 20, 21 years old. Yeah, I mean, what do you guys think of Duarte versus Kenneth Sims Jr.? It's a fun fight. Kenneth Sims could box. Man, Oscar Duarte, that's a fun fight, boys. Next week. Let's go. I don't know. Is that getting any mainstream love? Duarte versus Sims Jr.? That's a fun fight, man. I think we got 2 more, boys. This is the announcer. The announcer has those that Bruce Buffer blazer on. (11-0). We'll see how they move him. Boxing, boxing is great because of prospects. At one time, your favorite fighter was a prospect. You'll be there. That's a fun fight to see, Gaia. Bet the house on Duarte, easy money. Interesting. Yeah, Baby Shark. Who's he date? Does he date Baby Shark? Isn't that his girl? That chick who does that? There's like 4 girls who fight in that division who all look alike to me. UFC 115-pound division. They all look alike to me. they're like little 5'2", 5'3" Latinas. They look alike. They fight alike. They have like a grappling heavy style. Maybe some are from Brazil, some are from Mexico. Tabitha Ritchie's one of them. I think Tabitha Ritchie. Who's the other one that I always get confused with? I bet you guys say her name before I think of it. There's a couple, and it's no shade. I like brunettes, by the way. So we got your boy's coach. It's a reason K. Sims never in his 30s never had a big fight. Brazilian. Wow. DraftKings has Duarte at, how come that fight's not even up yet on BoxRec? How come that fight's not official on BoxRec? Are you guys seeing that? Am I missing something? Usually BoxRec is on point with making the fights official, right? Do you guys use another source online to check if fights are official in terms of being signed on the contractually? Because I've always just used BoxRec, but I'm a bit of an old school cat. Do you guys know, are there any other sites that you boys use when you're seeing if a fight that's been speculated, that's actually been made official. Yeah, because I don't see Duarte on there. Sometimes they don't. So what other sites are there? Because I've only looked on Boxer. I've only known Tapology. If Tapology has Duarte versus Kenneth Sims and BoxRec doesn't, I'm gonna be salty. Because I always use Tapology for MMA. Unbelievable. Thanks. Unbelievable. Come on, BoxRec, you're better than that. They have the fight up there. Yeah, Japan card Wednesday. We always eat good in Japan, boys. Japan's one. I eat so good on Japan. I eat good on Top Rank, and I've been eating good on Golden Boy. Where I do struggle lately, as of late, are gold medalists. What's up, Carlos Vargas? I've been struggling on my gold medalist game, and then also, I've been eating on Australia. When I go to the cards, the last 3 Aussie cards we're all eating. Damn, you guys are being quite harsh on Kenneth Sims Jr. He only has two losses, and they're both decisions. What's up, Kibo? He has that draw with Montana Love. He lost a decision to Rolando Chinea and a decision to Samuel Tea. He hasn't lost in 7 years. He's coming off that Batir Akhmedov fight that was close. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He has a win over Elvis Rodriguez. Elvis Rodriguez, I mean, is that Elvis's only loss? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He hasn't lost in 7 years. We've seen Duarte get stopped against Garcia, but Duarte has looked good as of late. I like Duarte's style. I'm a fan of how he fights. But to just say that he's going to just straight up beat. No, he beat Kendo Castaneda in Feb. We covered that fight. I don't know, mate. You drink beers out of the boxing events and Aussie cards fights get more intense. You drink beers out at the boxing events on Aussie cards fights get more intense when you got the bag on. It's like you're almost at what? Carlos. Japan card champs 108, 112, 118. I mean, Junto fights at 22. Or no, Junto's at 18. Inouye's at 22. Watch the tape and keep the Garcia loss out. I'm so buzzed, Max, and just got. Oh yeah, the Cindy Lauper, mate. That would have been fun. Cindy Lauper would have been fun, man. It is my Friday afternoon. It's 1:15 p.m. Before he got injured. Yeah, they were supposed to fight in 2024. Since then, Sims beat Castaneda. And then Duarte since November 2024. He beat Jojo Diaz, Badir Akhmedov, Miguel Medueno. It was that Medueno performance. Because Medueno, man, I'm trying to hit up Sydney. It's been on my list, Australia in general. Mate, I guarantee all you boys on the stream, if you ever come to Sydney, you're gonna be like, wow, it's awesome. TKV versus Clark is 100% official, but BoxRec doesn't have it listed either. What's up, Jack? I have my money on Manuel Flores. Oh, Sydney, Gold Coast. Well, Byron Bay, if you want to get hip, if you like them hippie girls. Byron Bay's off the hook. Google Byron Bay, boys. That's all I'm going to say. If you like those alternative hippie chicks. The Goldie's fun. Melbourne's fun. Australia, dude, if you boys are from, like, you know, just being from a different country, Australians, they welcome you in. I love Australia. My uncle's sons are in Sydney the last 10 years. There you go. Gold Coast is dope. I moved to Sydney. Oh, Skeezy, you're from Liverpool. Oh, you lived in Liverpool. In Sydney. Yeah, it's brutal out there. I live on the North Shore, Skeezy. Do you know where I go watch the Kenshiro Taraji fight? We'll find a stream for you, Boxing Link. It's all good, Jack. Good luck. The stream talking about Duarte versus Sims right now. Because boxing has no official database, nobody like it. Going back to Mexico. This is a good question, Kane. Kane, this is a good question. People were kind of getting on me about my opinion on Sam Goodman versus Nick Ball. I gotta be honest with you. I think Sam Goodman is a live dog. I really do. I'm not just saying that because I've seen him box in person multiple times. Sam Goodman is a legit operator in the ring. He knows how to move. He knows how to operate. He knows how to score points. He knows how to win rounds. Don't get tricked into seeing his record at 22 and then not having a lot of knockouts and then, wow, he's going to go up to 126 against Nick Ball. Nick Ball, look at his style. Nick Ball isn't successful because he has a technical style. When you look at matchups, when you look at what boxing truly is, who wins more rounds? Who could do more damage? Who could make their opponent, fight more in vulnerable situations? Sam Goodman is going to be the taller guy with a longer reach. He's the better boxer, in my opinion. Better timing than Nick Ball. Nick Ball rushes everything. He gets on his front foot. I got to be honest with you, dude. I really like Sam Goodman in that fight. But I don't care. I mean, so what about Nick Ball beating Raymond Ford? I don't think Raymond Ford is who everybody thinks he is either. No, I don't do boxing math either. The last time we saw Ray Ford was against Thomas Matisse. Thomas Matisse is a Cleveland, Ohio guy. A lot of knockouts on his record. Really tall guy. Ford, look, I like this version of Ford better than he's definitely made changes in his offensive output. He's been a little bit more aggressive. I like Raymond Ford, but just because Nick Ball beat Raymond Ford, you can't say Nick Ball is going to beat Sam Goodman. Yeah, dude, I gotta be honest with you. When I get those odds, I think I'm gonna take Goodman. And exactly, Julius. I had Raymond. That fight could have gone either way. It's not like Nick Ball washed Ray Ford. It's not like it was a washout. Nice, Dave Allen. Really, Joe Joyce. Yeah, the co-main's coming up. Damn, I lost a lot of money on Dave Allen, mate. I missed him on both fights. The first one and the second one, I went the other way. You think Ford's extremely elite? Wow. I mean, he's proven that. He's world class. I think Sam Goodman's better than people think. And I think Nick Ball has a lot of flaws in how he goes about his business, how he operates. So with every style, there's a flaw to be taken advantage of. Dwayne, So yeah, with every style, for every style that we've seen dominant, there's a style out there that can match it. Me too, Kane. Me too, man. People are sleeping on Sam Goodman, dude. And you mix that. These guys better be switched on, boys. They better be switched on. This is your coach, right? One of the boys on the stream, Fareed Nagoga, is their coach. So, who is it? It's not Hand History Vault. Drunk in a Tesla. You better not be driving. I've seen him sparring in person. My jaw was on the floor. It made me realize how shit... Jack, who are you talking about? Raymond Ford? I've seen him sparring in person. My jaw was on the floor. It made me realize how shit I really... Jack, are you talking about Raymond Ford? Imagine... Yeah. So imagine growing up, one of your best friends is a middleweight champion of the world. We started boxing together when we were kids. And I remember I stopped when I was 15. And I remember I went back to the gym to see, and I grew up playing baseball with Kelly Pavlik. childhood friend of mine. Those on the channel know. I'm not trying to repeat the story, but to tell Jack to give him some relevance. I remember seeing Kelly hit the bag. I hadn't seen him punch from the time we were 15, and I think we were 19 years old. He'd just gone pro, 2000, 2001. And I was like, I'm never hitting the bag again. I thought the same thing. I was like, holy shit, dude. Kelly could crack. I'm not going to drink, but when I do, it's Four Loko. The Four Loko. You guys are wild. The boys are wild. They're not going to let Goodman win over Nick Paul. I don't know, man. I doubt. I don't know why you would say that. Why not? Sam Goodman has a traveling cheering section with him. They travel with him everywhere. Sam Goodman has. They call him the Crazy Bunch. Every Sam Goodman fight you go to, I assume I guarantee this. The Crazy Bunch will travel to. It's in Riyadh, right? Yeah, I talk to him every day. He's a good friend of mine. We used to win Little League tournaments together. Not the Mad dude, but what I'm saying is the Mad Bunch will probably go to Riyadh. That in itself, it's you don't see that every day in boxing. You see that with like soccer clubs. You see that with football teams, even at the club level. With boxers, you have a traveling section and they have a title to their name, the Mad Bunch. What, dude? That in itself is like, I mean, they can't help them box, but I don't know why you would say Nick Ball would win a close decision on the cards against Sam Goodman. It's awesome, Kane. I don't have any. I can't compare that to any modern day boxer. I mean, there's fighters who are they can't sell out their hometown. Who's winning this fight, guys? Ngoga? Carlos, yo, Johnny, I was amateur boxing. I had USA card 11 years old. Yeah, boxing isn't easy. I agree, mate. I started smoking weed with my coach's son. We're not perfect, Carlos Vargas. And nobody wants to be in a fight when your conditioning fails you. I always tell my clients, it's a life lesson. The scariest place you'll ever be in life is ever you're in a fight and you don't have your cardio with you. Goodman paying $450. Let's go, Kane. Even doing the film study and breakdown, when you watch Goodman cook and you watch Ball cook, I still like Sam Goodman, how he operates in there. I see Sam Goodman winning more rounds than Ball. I don't think it's $450. Even if it was a 50-50 fight, I would probably still take Sam Goodman over Nick Ball. I just don't like how out of position Ball gets, how he uses his feet to get out of position, and he always gets away with it. You're going to get away with that until you don't get away with that. And I'm also interested to see, I know it's only 4 pounds, 22 to 26. It's not a significant increase. It's not like going from 40 to 47. So if anything, I bet you the extra 4 pounds will help Goodman. And he could take a shot. And Goodman's tough as nails too, dude. Good. So this is the Blazing Boxing. The Blazing Boxing, his coach is fighting right now. Fought any top level fighters. Was Raheem top level? Didn't he fight? Who's the American kid? Came over to Sydney. It was the co-main of Tim Tszyu versus Harrison. Raheem. I don't know if you want to call that. I mean, he was supposed to get that Inoue fight for a reason. You know what I mean? It wasn't a fluke that he was going to get that Inoue fight. And I think people weren't giving him a chance against Inoue either. And I was kind of like, that's what I mean, Havelock. Yeah, there's nothing like, if you're a technician or a fan of technique of the sport, watching Nick Ball box would just frustrate you. That's how when I watch Nick Ball box, I'm like, ugh. It reminds me of like the rugby guys who want to put the gloves on. You know, the boys who do rugby and they have the boxing matches down here. Yeah, Raisa, that was the fight. And he's not amateur. He's a really, really good fighter. All right, guys, this is round 1 of 10. The boxing, one of our boys on the live stream, his coach is Ngoga. I didn't get odds on this fight. What are the odds on this? Panthen versus Ngoga. I don't know either one of these guys. No shade. I can't know every fighter. What's the biggest sport in Australia? Aussie rules. Well, considering I live in Sydney, I mean, I think I would say NRL, at least in Sydney. I go to Aussie rules too, though. Because Aussie rules is out of Melbourne. You know, this is just what I've learned. So the AFL. But one of my clients has season tickets to the Sydney Swans, so I go about 5 times a year at the Sydney Cricket Ground. But I watch the NRL too, so I'm pretty much what you would call a sports junkie. Yeah, AFL and Melbs in Sydney, it's NRL for sure. But there's a huge there's an awesome cult following of combat sports too. I can only speak for in Sydney because I live here, but the UFC always sells out really quick. Boxing, I went to a Wednesday night boxing event and it was sold out, and with 2 rugby guys boxing. Ball was getting TJ Doheny. So TJ fought out of my gym. TJ was coached by Tony Del Vecchio for a while out of Bondi Boxing Club. When a lot of the boys who came from Ireland during the MTK, something happened with MTK boxing, and then you had TJ Doheny come over here to Sydney. You had, who's the other Irish kid that's really fun to watch? He trained out of Bondi Boxing too. He fought for a world title. He didn't win, but damn it, what's his name? He's like in his I think he might have retired. He's probably 35. Dara Foley. I think it's Dara Foley. Dara was fun to watch, fun style. Ooh, low blow. Damn, that was a blatant low blow. Yeah, Dara Foley. There you go. Nice dude too. I met him a couple times with he was being because he had left Bondi. There was some drama that happened at Bondi Boxing Club. I personally know what happened. I won't get into it. And he went to train with Ben. Oh God, your boy Ngoga out here working. Your boy Ben Carr. He was a UK boxer who lived in Sydney. He retired. I think it was Ben Sava, 17. Good boxer, really nice kid too. I think he's a good coach as well. I used to like watching him box too. So yeah, I'm a nerd, dude. I watch domestic level boxing in Sydney on a Wednesday at the PCYC, dude. But yeah, Darren Foley. So you guys know these names I'm talking about. But yeah, so back to Nick Ball fighting TJ. TJ Doheny was the legit world champion. Very crafty in there. TJ's a really smart pro and tough. I mean, he had that injury against Inoue, but I think that happened in the 7th. But there were some exchanges against Inoue where TJ was holding his own. What time is the main event? It should be the main event should be coming up now because it's 1:30 p.m. I'm starting to get worried because I got boxing here in about 2.5 hours, but I wanted to get a haircut too. So I want to get a haircut. I gotta get this shit faded up. I'm hoping win, lose, or draw Fareed. Dude, Fareed's boxing good, mate. Fareed hurt him at the end of that round. What do you think of Nick Ball's high guard? That's a great question, Havelock. Yeah, so what do I think of Nick Ball's high guard? I mean, he kind of has to do that. He's 5'4" and he loves fighting on his front foot. His body's susceptible, but look how little his torso is. So he kind of gets away with it. You know what I mean? It's not like he's elbows high. He's here. And so he's like a little wrecking ball. Mickey Pengi, yeah. Bondi Boxing Club, nice dude too. All those guys at Bondi Boxing are super nice guys, man. I met him through Tony Del Vecchio. Tony, runs that gym. Mickey was like his right-hand man, also running that gym. And there's a couple other guys. I forget their names. If you said them, I would know. I actually cut my own hair. I've been cutting hair since I was 9 years old. So yeah, I do my own fades, believe it or not. But it's an hour of time. So the way I do it is I have my big mirror in there in my side bathroom. And then I have another big mirror facing the other big mirror. And I sit with my back facing the mirror on the sink to do my back and the neckline up. Yeah, so I fade it and I've been doing it since I was a young kid because my mom used to take me to this this Sally's Beauty Supply in Youngstown, Ohio on Belmont Avenue. And she would let these like students cut my hair for $5 and I'd go to school and get bullied because they would just butcher my hair. So I asked my mom for a haircutting kit when I was like 9. And ever since then, I've been cutting my own hair. Not a Flowbee. Scissors, clippers. I do all of it. Dude, is Ngoga winning? Why do you think we don't see boxers using the? Because it's not a great question. The peekaboo style isn't really a modern style. You know what I mean? Like it would work. It worked with like Homicide Hank, Henry Armstrong. You know, in the 1930s, 1940s. We know Teddy Atlas loves the peekaboo style. You know, if you're a shorter guy and you want to get under, but it makes you vulnerable a lot as well. It's really tough. It's just not a modern style. Thank you, Glenn. Derek Foley has his own sauna place and cool. Nice. Wish him well for me. Let him know that you follow a dude on YouTube who said he wishes him well. He was always super respectful to me. What do you think of Adelaide and Hergovich? Interesting fight. My cousin, dude, my barber. So from 2013. Oh, and Goga. I moved to Sydney in 2013. Started working in the city. I started going to this barber. There's a chain called Culture Kings in Sydney in Australia. And in 2013, at the bottom of Culture Kings in Pitt Street Mall, there was a barber down there. And they had a DJ. It was super modern. And then I met this dude, Dre, who cut my hair. He would do these skin fades. I'd go twice a month, every 2 weeks, from 2013 to 2020. And then the pandemic happened. Pandemic happens, I had to start cutting my own hair again. So I started cutting my own hair again in 2020. We were on lockdown for like 2 years here in Sydney. It was brutal. So by 2023, I was paying $45 for a haircut in 2013. My barber, Dre, charges $90. He charges $90 for a haircut. I'm like, you better, what are we at? We at the whorehouse, like you giving out handies with a haircut? $90? What are we doing out here? 90, dude? I don't have that. But like, I'm a simple type of dude. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care. I said it on my last stream. I don't care about shiny things. I don't care about watches and necklaces and brands. You'll never see me wearing like a brand name here or anything like that. So out of sheer ethics, I'm not going to spend $90, dude. You wild. Yeah, dude. So go online right now and type in Jack Rabbit Slim's Barbershop, just so you know. Yeah, goat. It's out here crazy, man. $90 haircuts. What are you talking about? I'm not... And I don't want to get a handy too, by the way. Just preferences. I'm not trying to... For $90, you can't even find the value for me to go in there anymore. So anyway. Man, you want Jorge will end in decision. Ooh, Glendale Ferrer. I am taking the fight not to go the distance on 2 separate bets. I was in New York a couple weeks ago. They wanted 50 for a salad, dude. Oh. Well, boys, we're only waiting for the main one. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have action on. I don't even know who's fighting. Who do you got, Taraji versus Sandoval? Great question. That's coming up in what, 3 days? Or no, it's only Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So next week. Ask me after the Xander Zayas fight. My brain, like, my memory and focus is compartmentalized. You better not be talking about a Caesar haircut. Is that a haircut now? Hold on, they have a haircut. I'm old, dude. I don't hang out with any young people. What is a Caesar haircut? So ask me on Sunday about the Japanese card. I got to focus on Detroit and New York, and obviously California. Gucci should be fighting next, Cody. Guys, did anybody have the original odds on this fight on Panthen versus Ngoga? Because it's getting real sloppy. It's only the 3rd round. If you're able to live bet on this fight, if you're able to live bet on the fight happening right now, I would definitely live bet. Because they're not going to last all 10. Both guys are exuding a lot of energy, and they're fighting emotionally. You know, it's getting kind of sloppy in there, and both of them are kind of fighting like they don't like each other. I only reference that because you use a lot of energy when you fight that way. My coach always said you should always fight being indifferent. So not being angry, not being happy or content, but just be indifferent to everything. So be indifferent to what's going on. If you're indifferent to everything, you'll have a sort of like the kid who fought 2 fights ago. He's really methodical at 20 years old. He was fun to watch. One more fight. I'm getting antsy. In a perfect world, guys, the main event starts and Gucci Flores gets a first round knockout. Hand history. Was Panthen the favorite here? Who I'm pretty sure was Ngogo the underdog, because it looks like I have him winning. He actually looks like it looks like he's doing the better work too. Yeah, some of their punch selection is insane. I just saw Panthen throw a triple lead uppercut. Like we've seen Joshua Kelly do it. Was a -700. That's insane. Is the main event contenders? No, they're not. How do you guys measure the difference between prospects and contenders? It's an important fight for both men to see where they are in the trajectory of their career. Contenders, wait, for world titles yet? No. But they're growing. 25 and 26. This is both of their, like, both guys need to win this fight though. That's good work by Panthen. Oh no, and Gogo looks, Panthen's coming on. He's wearing Rocky shorts. I don't know if I could get behind a dude with the Rocky or with the Apollo Creed shorts on. If you're gonna wear the Apollo Creed shorts, you better at least box like Apollo. Yeah. You know what it is? Golden Boy is like, and this isn't information that is I'm not telling you groundbreaking info, but when you look at Oscar and how he goes about his business, and you look at Oscar's promotions, he just it's his sort of minor league system to find the next star, right? So he's trying. If he could have, we'll say what? I'm just throwing a number out there. Let's say Oscar has 20 to 25 events a year. And in those events, he's putting fighters in those events, and he's looking for 1 or 2 diamonds in the roughs. He's looking for the next Canelo. He's looking for the next, guy he could market really well. So you have to keep that in mind as well. But for fans, that makes for some awesome matchmaking. But then in other promotions, it pisses me off. It pisses me that the Golden Boy logo isn't golden. Yeah, that one, you think about it more than you should. Well, the logo itself is. The letters aren't. But the logo is. Like, Oscar like this is golden. Darius Fulgham, mate. Man, he just couldn't get past Bektemir. That was a tough fight. All the boys, I know Gary and all the 3D boys took Darius. I took Bektemir in that fight. It was a fun fight. Darius, hopefully he gets more. I mean, he's a good fighter. Darius Fulgham, I can't wait to see him fight again. God damn it, Joey. Top 3 Mexican fighters of all time. My favorite Mexican fighter of all time, Salvador Sanchez. I've never seen him fight live, obviously. I just did a bunch of film study on him because I was doing documentaries a few years ago on just boxers. And I think it was the Salvador Sanchez versus Wilfredo Gomez fight. And if you haven't seen that fight, oh God, it was insane. So my one, just based off of nostalgia and the aura, he lost his life super young. He did so much in boxing. Yeah, okay. Sal Sanchez won. Who's the flyweight who went 50-0 that no one talks about? Well, are we considering Canelo Mexican? Canelo was born in East LA. You know what I mean? Because the minute I say the minute I say Oscar's a Mexican fighter, the internet will say he's American. And when I call him an American fighter, the internet will tell me he's Mexican. And when I call him from East LA, they'll say he's Mexican American. I was telling somebody on my live stream the other day. No, I know Canelo. I thought you were talking about De La Hoya. Finito Lopez, yeah. No, people forget about Finito. 50-0, I think. Finito Lopez, mate, stud. Cody. Yeah, dude, I have Ngoga winning this fight. How are you guys scoring this? Yeah, Finito Lopez. If you guys don't know who that is, do your homework, do your research. Such a skill set he had. So I'd go Sal Sanchez, Finito Lopez, and then, I mean, you guys, people were on my chat trying to tell me, like, you ever, like, lose respect for a mate of yours off of, like, one comment? No, I didn't say Canelo was. I was talking about De La Hoya. If you read up there, I was talking about De La Hoya. So De La Hoya, Oscar is American. What comment was it? Prime Canelo, Prime Oscar. Yeah, what I meant, if I did say that, was obviously a misspeak. I was talking about De La Hoya. I know. Most don't rank Ricardo. I know, but I don't know why they don't rank Finito Lopez high. I mean, I like the style, aggressive. He was always in fight. It's just he was small. And, you know, it's tough to build long-lasting resumes. But if you're asking my personal favorite, my 3 favorite Mexicans of all time, Sal Sanchez, Finito Lopez, and then it's funny because, you know, Duran, Panamanian, Panama, but I think Duran's mom was Mexican. And so my buddy in America that I used to spar with in Youngstown, he would try to this day, he would try to say Duran was a Mexican fighter. I'm like, bro, Roberto Duran was a Panamanian fighter. When he went home to do his parades, where did he do his parade at? Was he in Michoacan? Or was he in Panama? Show the fight on a mirror. Guys, when the main event starts, I'm gonna break the main event down. I'm gonna do play-by-play during the main event, but it's exhausting, believe it or not. And I still have to spar today. Do you stream? PJ, are we allowed to do that? Dude, the boys have access to the Discord. All the boys with the blue stars. Goat is in the Discord. Goat, are we allowed to stream the fight in the Discord? The Patriot looks like, yeah. The Patriot doesn't, I have Ngoga winning. The Patriot looks suspect to me, dude. The Patriot. Come on, mate. Is that that's your nickname? I'm sorry. Yeah, the fight's on YouTube. Dude, we just saw John Ramirez fight. Yeah, so there you go, PJ. PJ, join the Discord. You'll get join the VIP. You'll get access to the Discord. All right, so I just learned something new. So let's say there's a pay-per-view card. I pay for the pay-per-view card. I could put it on in the Discord, and the Discord won't take it down. Goat, is that true? Because that's good value for the Johnny Says Insiders as well. Canelo. My third's Canelo. It's tough to not say, you know, Chavez. But I really don't remember watching it. It's tough. I don't want to disrespect. Finito, Sal. I mean, Mexico has so many great, like, I love watching Mexican fighters fight too. One of my favorite fighters right now is Sugar Nunez. I know he's not an all-time great. Yeah, we will, PJ, if that's, so that's what it'll take you, PJ, to sign up? All right, PJ. Ladies and gentlemen, moving forward from this channel, every pay-per-view boxing event will be streamed live and illegally in our Discord. To join our private Discord group, the link is pinned in the comment section below. Yeah, Chavez, that's what I was saying. Chavez Sr. I would take Chavez Sr. Do you put... I know Pete... I was in a heated debate recently about Chavez Sr.'s resume. And I don't want to shade it. Like, I don't know. It's a tough question. I'm not sitting here confidently. This is a good fight. Oh, you don't think it's legal? So Discord, it's not legal in Discord. How are they tracking that? Canelo, so that's what I was thinking, GOAT as well. But I'm always hesitant because people get really sort of sensitive about it. So Canelo, like from all the fights I've watched Canelo's entire career, and from what I remember of Chavez and watching his tape, I mean, I think Canelo's the better fighter, right? Yeah, but yeah, PJ's like, hell with supporting your channel, mate. Hell with joining the Discord because all the boys are in there and helping the channel grow. If I ain't getting free illegal fights, I ain't joining. It's not legal, but they don't really crack down on it. I'll call Gary. I'll ask Gary. Yeah. See, I don't mind. See, I pay for all the fights, so I'm not a pirate. But, like, for instance, I know Kane is in Sydney, Skeezy's in Perth. Sometimes in Australia, we don't even have the option to watch some top rank cards. So, there's certain cards we don't even get a chance to watch. So I'm wondering if you guys get those links, put them in the Discord so I could watch the fight too. Because sometimes we don't get access to it. Times is hard, PJ. Yeah, I get it, brother. I ain't throwing shade on you. We're just all just chilling, kicking it, laughing. All right, it's going on 2 o'clock here. Do I see Sugar winning? So you think moving up to 35? I don't know. I mean, I like what I saw against Rikishi. Rikishi was tough. But I want to see what he looks next. I want to see what he looks like next, meaning his power. I never pay for it. I have a dodgy box. Get it, Dara. Yeah, and our Discord's a private group. Could you imagine, Goat, somebody in our VIP boxing group tells on somebody? That'd be insane. Round 7 in Goga versus Panthen. It's interesting how this is the co-main. I mean, I kind of would have put... I would have put Kate... Wouldn't you market Caden Griffiths as the co-main? Yeah, for sure. He made a mistake not starting at 26. Yeah. Yeah, because he's not going to go down, right? You don't... Here's an interesting stat. You don't really see... You never see fighters start at a certain weight class and descend to win titles. You only see them ascend. Anthony Mundine, Australia. He was a, champion. He won titles descending. It's a crazy statistic. Granted, because he was a rugby player. He didn't fight since he won his title. No, he hasn't. Sugar. Nice. What is that, a mafia deal? You got that Irish mob deal, mate? Dare out here got a little deal with the Irish piracy laws. How'd you pull that off? He just wanted a couple months. Yeah, he fought Rikishi. What was that? We covered that fight. We won a lot of money on that. Was that April? The Mayweather joining. My way to go. We got a new Johnny Says Boxing Insider Level 1. You got access to our Discord. I've been seeing you on my streams for months, so I appreciate you supporting the channel. How you guys scoring this? Me too, Victor. Bruce Carrington to get a stoppage. He should. Dara, you're not in Australia? I thought you were in Australia. Are you in Ireland, Dara? It does look like Panthon's getting beat up. We just gotta. Ooh, and Gogo. I like the energy. He's getting caught now. He's getting hit way too much though. These boys are getting hit a lot. So Dara's in Ireland. I've been watching. I told you guys I don't watch boxing content creators, but I've been watching a lot of these content creators in like Ireland, Manchester, and they just walk around their towns and they just stream like the crackheads. Do you guys know who Charlie Veach is? He's one of them. 4th 53 a.m. Well, I appreciate you spending time with us, brother. I've noticed you've been on the streams for a couple weeks now. But I've been watching these like streamers. Yeah, and Goga does look like he's winning. Does anyone have action on this fight? I'm just interested in the odds. And if you could get live betting, man, I still think one of these guys might go out. You think Shields could get a knockout? I'm not betting on that fight. Swindle, tell me you're tripping. Are you kidding me? Swindle, it was his cousin. There were 2 Floreses. His cousin fought on the undercard. No live betting tonight. DraftKings is like, nope. No live betting tonight. Okay. This would be a good... Round 8 of 10, Panthon was a minus 700 going into the fight. And Goga, to me, is doing... What? Why did Did you take Manny Flores? Or did you take... Maybe you took the wrong Flores. Patriot thinking about plumber or roofing. Yeah, I don't really like betting on Clarissa Shields fights. No, Manny Flores hasn't fought yet. Swindle, are you tripping? Because his cousin Grant Flores fought. Maybe your book had it switched. I just started live betting because you boys in the Discord told me about it. So are we saying that the fight already happened and we have a time machine? You guys are talking about, so then that means DAZN is streaming. No, my ticket didn't cash yet. Swindle. That bookie made a mistake because his cousin fought and he won. Unless you made a mistake and you took what does your ticket say? Who did Flores fight? Did you take Flores versus Manuel or Flores versus Chavez? Guys, he's saying that the ticket cashed. And if that's the case, they're giving us a stream that's late. And if that's the case, I'm putting $25,000 on Manny. Are we serious right now? All right, somebody should do a test. And Swindle, you're not in our insider group, so I don't know if I trust you. Goat, what do we do here? Somebody get on the phone. Somebody get on the phone with the big boys. I'm about to call one of my investors to get 50K put in my account. Are we serious? Does anybody have any mates and friends in California? Yeah, I know, but they're saying that the main event already happened, and my man Swindle, he has to be thinking about the other Flores, unless the app got it wrong. Because in my head, I'm like, is DAZN giving us a late feed? Someone must know exactly. All right, yeah, it can't be. What's boxing Twitter saying? Is boxing Twitter or what's? Dara's not getting an option to bet anything now. It says unsettled. Wilmer's in California. So the controversy right now, some of the boys on the live stream are saying that the the Gucci Flores ticket cashed out for him already. So that's either a betting app flaw that the betting app thought, because Manny Flores' cousin was on this card too. Yeah, mine definitely didn't either. This is round 9 in Goga vs. Panther, and then we got the main event, boys. John Pablo, Philly. I was just telling stories about old school Philly gyms. Benny Briscoe. The Young Bucks don't know about Benny Briscoe, mate. Big puncher. Huge puncher at 160 pounds. I think when people ask me who's the greatest boxer to never win a world title, Benny Briscoe, 100%. I got Gucci, Manny, Flores on a couple things. I got Flores on the money line on a long parlay for the weekend, and I also got Gucci by stoppage at plus 300. It's gonna be a good fight. We're gonna see a matchup between two guys in their mid-20s. They both think they're gonna win. Everything I've done on the breakdown film study of both guys, I like Jorge Chavez. I like how he goes about his business. I think he's gonna be a step slower. I think he's gonna be a step behind. So the prop bet plus 300 him by stoppage. It's a prop bet him by knockout. You're only getting plus 190. I posted it in our Discord. All right, there's a minute left in the 9th round. I have no idea how this one's being scored. All I know is that for Panther to go into this fight a minus 600, both eyes are swollen, and Goga does. I mean, and Goga was the B side here. It looks like he's the A side. One of my favorite Deontay Wilder fights was him versus the Polish guy. I always forget his name. It's like young, hungry Deontay Wilder. Arthur Spilka. There you go. Arthur Spilka. Yeah, Spilka. That was in 2016. That was a different Deontay Wilder. I just watched that fight 2 nights ago. Because Spilka was talking so much trash in the media in the lead up to that fight. Yeah, I mean, Deontay was what, 19 when he started boxing? Was in the Olympics at 21? How did the story went? He was a truck driver. He wanted to become a journeyman boxer. He drove past a boxing gym. I think he was driving truck for like a Coca-Cola or a beer truck. His goal was just to join a gym, become like a journeyman, make a couple $1,000 to help his daughter who has special needs. I think she had spina bifida. And 2 years after he started boxing, he's in the Olympics, wins a bronze medal. I mean, that's what you got when you have that gift of just being able to shut the lights off with that backhand. You know what I'm saying? That Luis Ortiz knockout is insane. Yeah, I think Julius. I it's the if Julius and I are both on hills dying, and Julius and I are both bleeding out on a hill, I'm on that hill with you. I think Deontay, that count was insane. And the other hill, like I said, was Dubois versus Usyk 1. I thought there's 3 hills, and the third hill is Liam Wilson versus Emmanuel Navarrete. Navarrete had a 27 count. It was insane. And Liam, dude, and Goga is cooking in the 10th round. 2 minutes left. Yeah, that was we see that in our sport though, boys. It's part of our it's in the zeitgeist of our sport. These things become part of the storyline. It's 12 p.m. in the United States. Is it? 12 a.m. It's 2 p.m. on Friday afternoon, boys. I'm living in the future. And if my boy Skeezy, who's in Perth, no, he's behind me. So if I'm 2 p.m. in Sydney, Skeezy is 11 a.m. in Perth on Friday. 90 seconds left in the 10th. I think whoever loses, each guy will be upset. 5 a.m. in the UK. 12 here. Okay, so you're only 2 hours. Why did I think it was 3 hours behind? Carlos Vargas is back, baby. So there's a minute left in the 10th round. Then we got the main event. Dude, Panthon is bleeding out of both eyes. And Goga is slippery in the pocket. Dude, Panthon has no head movement either. His overhand right is so basic. Panthon throws his right hand, his overhand, like this. It's such a bizarre punch. I don't know, mate. I don't know if we got rid of that joint. Bay Area. It's 12:04. So boys, we're tuning in from all over the world. 20 seconds left. I think Ngoga has this. Ngoga looks like the fresher fighter. Dude, Panthon is bleeding out of both eyes. Both eyes are swollen. That was a dog fight. Tennessee in the house. You think they're going to give it to a dude named Patriot? I like Ngoga. What gym, Blazing Boxing, what gym do you train out of? What city is he from? I'm tired too, Rami. I still got to spar. They always rob the guy who's not undefeated. Well, I'm picking the... Yeah, I'm sparring in 2 hours. A 27-year-old. He's a buddy. I've been sparring with him for a little while now. Who the fuck? Just a dude named Eric. Hard Knocks Gym out of Phoenix. Okay. Just in my gym. So I have a gym downstairs. I built it during the pandemic. It's basically a 2-car garage that I gutted out. I put flooring down. I do my strength and conditioning down there. Invite only. If you're ever in Sydney, it's 3 a.m. Damn, I know, man. It's 2 p.m. I'm tired. I've been up since 5 a.m. And today, it's Friday. We got this on Saturday and Sunday. Jorge Chavez by decision. What does that pay, Julius? I like how the chat is divided. That's what we want. We don't want an echo chamber. I think Ngoga got that. Yeah, it is expensive, mate. Yeah, the cost of living in Sydney, I think, is the second most expensive city in the world. They just did a list. I mean, what do you just we all right, so we'll do a little market research. The way they do rents and mortgages, so like the real estate market in America, it's month to month, right? Yeah, Sydney is the most expensive. That's what I was told. It's insane. What do you guys pay weekly? What do you pay weekly rent or weekly mortgage wherever you guys live? How much a week do you have to pay to live where you live? And I'll tell you what I pay. And it's insane. They're going to the judges' scorecards here. Oh, and Goga was 10-1. A nice house for 1,300, 6,500 a month. Yeah, it's you, the Silicon Valley. It's nice. So here we go. Yeah, that's a 6,500 a month is taxing. Nice. Here we go. 95.95. 96.94. 97.93. And Goga, let's go. Fareed and Goga, mate. Congrats to our boy on the live stream. It's his coach. The right man did win. Huge underdog. Hopefully you guys cashed out with that pick. Hopefully you guys cashed out with that pick. I'm going with Manuel Flores. I need Section 8. Yeah, I pay $650 a week. So $650 a week is what I pay. And it's not a house. I have a two-bedroom, 1 bath. Yeah, minus 700 loss. That's insane. Thank God the boys didn't allow us to bet on that one. All right, we got the main event. I'm hoping perfect world, first round stoppage. Let's go. Yeah, exactly. I'm just letting you know. Carlos Vargas, this is why I like you, mate. I like your mindset. That's how I think too. It ain't nothing. I love where I live. Who were any of these guys? Backyard garage. Yeah, in America, it's. I mean, when I lived in, like I said, I lived in Long Beach. I lived in Las Vegas. I lived in Myrtle Beach. I lived in Pittsburgh, and I grew up in Youngstown. So, LA, obviously Long Beach was expensive. Vegas was, believe it, at the time when I lived in Vegas from 2011 to 2013, that was the cheapest place I ever lived. Vegas was insanely cheap. Yeah, I have a garage, a swimming pool, washer, dryer. I have everything. So $650 a week. I just use the spare room for people who travel. They come down and visit me. Yeah, 1,300 a month. Good old days. Hotels aren't. They used to be real cheap. I can't speak now because I've been gone for so long. I'm not sure. I used to work at Planet Hollywood and the Wynn. I worked at this nightclub at the Wynn called Excess, and then during the day called Surrender. It was a pool club, a day club. It was so dope, dude. Our resident DJs in Vegas when I worked there were Tiesto. This was 2011, 2012, 13. Tiesto was a resident. Calvin Harris was a resident. It was crazy. I'm going to call Patriot for some landscape work. His nickname is Patriot, mate. Come on. Maybe he's a soldier, though. Why are we hating on him? He's probably a soldier. The Illadel. All right, they're attempting us for the walkouts. Yeah, surrender was dope, mate. It was crazy. Yeah, it was a good time. That's when I was doing the day club sort of summer work. And then during the winter, I was a bartender in Planet Hollywood at the top at this fine dining sort of. I had to wear a tie. It was called the Strip House. So Vancouver, most expensive place on earth. I hear the same thing about Sydney. Vancouver. Aussies love going to Vancouver. Guys, I'm going to step out real quick. I got to get some water. The main event's going to start here in a second. So I'll be right back. Ooh. Had to get the gloves too. So I'm wearing, so these are 16. These are the Everlast. Do any of you guys spar? If you guys do, if you train, I was telling you guys a couple live streams ago, I got these as a gift a little while ago. These are the Everlast 16-ounce shields. These are the ones that, in terms of boxing, because I used to wear Muay Thai gloves. I used to wear twins sparring. So like the Thai gloves that are 16s, because the Thai gloves have much more padding around the wrists, obviously to take kicks. But these ones, like the cushion spread is much more of a traditional boxing glove. Yeah, these have been my favorite ones over the last 2 years to spar in. Phenom Everlast. Yeah, these are I never really used to wear Everlast gloves until this pair. So these are for 16s, mate. These got a good crack on them. What do you think about the Phenom? I've never worn it. Like I like putting something on to be able to make a decision on it. But like I said, all the sparring I'd ever do prior to that glove were the twins. Because I don't know if it's because, you know, the shipping from Thailand, there's a huge Muay Thai influence here in Australia. And so when I got here in 2013, everybody would just wear the twins. There's another Thai brand too. I forget what they're called. Here we go. El Kukui. Let's go, Julius. Julius is going for Chavez, aren't you? Poor Tony Ferguson, mate. They do. I know, Dara. That's a great point. It's insane how many gloves get tossed. I have so many. I have my whole spare room. One side of the closet. Put the pull up on. So I'm streaming from my phone. I don't even know how to use this, boys. How do I do a poll on a live stream? I don't know if it gives me the. What's that? No, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. If I was on my laptop, the poll question. Where's your money at though, boys? I got Manny Flores on 2 separate tickets. Actually, I have 3 separate tickets for this fight. I have Manny on a parlay on the money line. I have Manny by stoppage. And I have will the fight go the distance? No, on 3 separate ones. So the only way I lose is if Chavez wins a decision. So the way I did those odds, I was like, I was doing the percentage of victory sort of thing. 3 separate bets. The only route I have of losing is if Chavez wins a decision. Because if Chavez stops Flores, I still win. It's about to go down. I love, we are boxing nerds. We're out here hype. Everybody on the stream would be watching a fight behind a barn right now. I guarantee it. Or like, this is what I love about boxing, man. How primal. You just have, and don't get it twisted. I watch Muay Thai. I watch MMA. But nothing's more primal than just 2 fists. You have just 2 fists. Let's go. Gabe Rosado in the house. Gabe Rosado brought up, it's like every live broadcast, Gabe always brings up the Bektamir fight. He brought it up. I bet you could do a drinking game with Gabe and his live performances. Isn't that with him how many times he brings up Bektamir? He brought it on 2 streams in a row. It's a good win. Yes, Julie, it's a weird thing, isn't it? Some guys, it happens with some guys, and some guys, they seem to kind of just dodge that bullet. You know what I mean? Like, I just talked to Ray Mancini maybe 2 months ago. Boom Boom Mancini still has all his faculties. You wouldn't even know Ray. And Ray was in some wars. Ray came from the day and age of 15 rounders, fighting in Saturday summer heat in the afternoon in Vegas. So it's weird because some guy, like, and then you look at a James Toney, it's hard, Tony's one of my favorite fighters of all time. And it kind of gets me emotional when I hear Tony talk. It just makes you sad. You hear Sugar Shane Mosley, you hear him talk, it just makes you sad. So some guys it happens to, some guys it doesn't. It's interesting. True. Yeah, Boom Boom. Youngstown, Ohio. Like my boy Kelly Pavlik. You wouldn't even know Kelly was a boxer. He doesn't. But Kelly retired when he was 29, though. He got dropped once against Taylor, and then he lost 2 decisions. Once to B-Hop, and he lost a decision to Sergio. Your ex's family used to tank boxing all day. Tank? Yeah. Yeah, Riddick Bowe. That's another one, mate. So it's one of those things, guys. His son is fighting, though, Dara, right? I know his son fights. I saw his son fight down here in Australia on the undercard of Jeff Horn versus Manny Pacquiao. 2:20 p.m. on a Friday. I'm checking in, Sydney, Australia. You boys have been with me. We've been on the stream for 1 hour and 9 minutes, or 109 minutes, which is going on 2 hours. Like this video if you haven't. A lot of you guys are already subscribed. And if you want to get access to the Discord, right now, if you go to our Discord, you'll see all the parlays. You'll see the big boys, the guys who are betting thousands on their picks. They're in there. You have full access in the Discord. You guys control the chat. You don't need me to moderate or mediate. And we started it about a week ago, and it's growing. So all you have to do is click the link that's pinned in this chat, and it's a couple bucks a month. You get more options on YouTube as well, but more importantly, you get access to the Discord. They just announced Jojo Diaz is fighting. Isn't Jojo Diaz fighting Regis? I'm pretty sure they just announced that. Was that this morning we talked about it? All my days kind of flow in together. I don't think it's a 50-50 fight. Guys, the scary thing about this fight, for the boys who took Gucci, like myself, is we're going to know instantly if we were right or wrong about our pick. Oh, they talk boxing. Yeah, same. We're going to know right or wrong if we were right about our pick. Because I at least picked Gucci siding on the fact from what I've seen, he's a level above with his boxing skills. Everything from his speed to his timing to his class, to his power. I give that, from what I've seen, to Gucci based off of his fights and Jorge's fights. But we've never seen them fight yet, right? This is why when we see them, we're gonna know if I'm right or wrong with that, because we're gonna find out really quickly if Jorge is a step behind, if his timing, because those aren't reasons that you find out later on in the fight. You know what I mean? Use Fabio Wardley versus Justice Hooney for instance. Those who chose Wardley chose him because of his power. So even though he was getting washed every single round, you weren't sitting there ever feeling like, you always thought he could land the punch, and he did land that punch. And even though Justice was winning every round, that's not what this is. If your reasoning is what my reasoning is with Gucci being the better boxer, and he comes out in the first round and we start seeing Jorge Chavez outboxing him, we're going to be cooked. We're going to be cooked. So this very first round is hugely important for if you pick Gucci, in my opinion. 100%. That's what we expect, man. That's what we expect. Come on, boys. Let's start. It's 2:30 p.m. He is smooth. I just don't know if he's there. You don't see Fabio coming back from that? I mean, he won by knockout, mate. It's just certain guys have, when you go up through levels, you see guys who could go through different gears. They're cooking, they're going, they're grooving, they're cooking. Call it for whatever you will. When you're moving up, that's a big difference in skill set. Some guys can't do that. Some guys don't have that next gear. I'm pretty much convinced that Flores has that gear. Is Jeff Horn the last Aussie world? No, Tim Tszyu was a world champion at 154. Jai Apataya is a world champion at cruiser. Liam Perro was a world champion at 140. George Kambosos was a world champion at 35. What did he beat to? Yeah. That's a wild. Were you trolling? Were you trolling with that question, man? Lucas Brown won the heavyweight title, I think, after Horn was the world champion, but Brown got stripped due to popping dirty, allegedly, in, I think, Germany. He was the first Aussie heavyweight champion. I think he won the WBA. So I don't know if that was a question to troll me or just keeping me on my toes. There's a lot of good Aussie fighters that aren't known internationally. Paul Fleming. Paul Fleming's one of my favorite boxers. YouTube Paul Fleming. I think he's 27-1. Fleming just said he's having another fight. I love watching Paul Fleming fight, dude. Smooth fighter. Boom, 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 boom. Here we go. Chavez is confident. Like, if you're a Jorge Chavez fan and your money's on him, you should be confident too. Yeah. Paul Fleming's a G, dude. You know him? Yeah, I love watching him box. He just posted on his Instagram that he's having a fight. I'm like, let's go, Paul Fleming. He fought my boy Jackson England. He put belt to ass to Jackson. Jackson was young though. Jackson lost to Paul and he lost to Liam. Here we go. The walkout, the main event. Let's go. John Manu is fighting next month. That's a good question. Paul, I mean, we could look. I don't want to guess. I'm going to guess Fleming's 33. Fleming's 37. 28-1, 18 knockouts. 5'9" southpaw, 70-inch reach. Yeah, his last fight he lost to Charlie Suarez. And he lost to Charlie in the 12th. And we know that loss ages really well though, because you know, we just saw Charlie against Navarrete, and Charlie impressed me. Yeah, so he hasn't fought in about 2 years. Yep, here we go. I was impressed by Charlie Suarez against Navarrete. I got to be honest with you. Even though I won money and I felt like we robbed a bank because how the fight ended and how the fight was trending. Yeah, I didn't want to say it, Skeezy. It's like the face that Canelo gave Bud Crawford when they were doing that interview a couple weeks ago. And the interviewer asked how many kids they had. And Bud says 7. And Canelo looks at him like, it was like in that look, they were like 2 friends in the basement playing poker or smoking weed back in the day. Well, isn't Jorge Chavez from San Diego? He was born in Mexico, lives in San Diego. And I think Gucci isn't he from Indio, California? So I wouldn't call India, man, maybe because I lived in Long Beach for 7, 8 years, I wouldn't call either one of those LA. You know what I mean? You know, Oscar's from East LA. I'd call Oscar from LA. Who's Manny Robles? Doesn't Manny Robles have his gym? Is that LA gym? I think that's in LA. But, you know, people get really really territorial about if you call, you know, somebody just said if you call an Irish kid a Brit, yeah, they get pissed. I'm pretty sure if you call somebody from the Rat's Tail, man, come on, that's legendary. That's Costa Zoo. That's OG Costa Zoo when he starched Zab Judah. Costa was famous for that. I love the Rat Tail, dude. Let's go. Costa had the best one, dude. That you want to watch an insane 2 rounds of boxing with the walkout? Is watch how Costa walked out to that fight and watch how Zab walked out. It was insane. Costa comes out like, and then Zab came out with like, I forgot who walked out. Zab came out with like 80 dudes. Zab was a hell of a fighter, mate. Zab Judah was a hell of a fighter. Damn, that was a good little era we had of boxing, man. Felix Trinidad, De La Hoya, Floyd, the 96 onwards. And then we started cooking again with, like, you know, the middleweights. You know, when Kelly was boxing. Yeah, I wouldn't, dude, man. My dad always said if you ever become friends with an Irish kid, they'll be your best friend until you backstab them, and then they'll be your worst enemy. Everybody wants to be Bruce Buffer now with the Blazers, all the announcers. I think Bruce is the only one who could pull it off, man. That's why I like the dude from the Zone, the American who does all the Brit cards with the long thing, because he has his own look. You know what I mean? You can't be reproducing other dudes' looks. We used to, when I was coming up, you call that swagger jacking. You can't be swagger jacking somebody's style. A lot of Irish in Sydney, yeah. Some of my good mates are from Ireland. Robert the Ghost Gorillas. The second Ghost, he had a fun career. I liked watching Robert Guerrero fight. His son was a fighter too. Diamante, yeah. Diamante got his own little thing going. You got to have your own little thing. Same thing with The dude from who does the UFC and he does boxing. He has such a good. He's one of my favorite voices. In this corner, forget his name. Here we go, boys. Let's go. Come on, PJ. You bet your lunch money. How old are you, PJ? We got. It comes to be that PJ is like 15, hustling on the streets. That'd be a cool story if you were. Oh, the intensity, the stare down. Yeah, hardworking boys. Well, Skeezy, he does that as a throwback. So in the early days of boxing, the 1920s and 30s, that was the way the announcers would do it to kind of duplicate an echo. So it would sort of create the illusion of a big arena. It's a little FYI. That's why he does it. It's kind of an homage to that old the golden era of announcing. Here we go. Southpaw Orthodox. 26-25. We already know who wants to be on the front foot. Jorge Chavez is going to be looking to counter. Ooh, nice little step-in exit by Jorge. Ooh, already clinching. Chavez's body language right there looked real tense when Gucci stepped in. He didn't land anything significant, but ooh, big backhand. The boys are trading right off jump. Woo! This is gonna be a firefight. Right off to 30 seconds in. This is why, like, you know what? Scared money don't make money. One of you boys said that in our Discord. Why not throw a little stack on Gucci with that fight style? Just stepping in and dropping bombs, no feeling out process, not setting the jab up, just walking him onto that. Ooh, Jorge with a huge right hand misses. A minute gone in the first. They're sitting down on everything. Nothing really significant has landed. Chavez is in the corner. He's sort of kind of letting Gucci depict the footwork game. It's kind of like how he does go about his business. He wants to sit back and counter. He does look tense, though. You know, there's one thing of doing and fighting that way and being real loose. Think Chino Garcia against Conwell. He was real loose. You could see a lot of nervous energy in Jorge Chavez trying to do that. Nice combo by Chavez. I like the combo and then moving, exiting laterally. Gucci had his guard high. Nothing really landed. A minute 20 left in the first. Gucci's settled down a bit. Doesn't look... Oh, he gets caught. Nice little counter by Chavez. Chavez's hands are quick. That was a beautiful counter. A little step-in uppercut by Chavez. It was slick. Right now, Chavez has the shorter punches, which I do like. And Gucci is overextending a bit. He's stepping in and getting caught on his front foot, throwing sort of everything into every shot. And when he has gotten countered, it's Chavez with these short little, like that step-in uppercuts. Nice. He wipes his hand off. I wonder if you hurt his hand there. The pace is slowing. 40 seconds left in the first. I like that jab. He needs to do more of that. So what he wants to do is keep his foot on the outside of Chavez's lead foot, considering South versus Ortho. Oh, he switches stances, gets caught with a counter. Chavez is trying to switch it up on him. He switched back, went to Southpaw for a second, and then switches back. 15 seconds left in the first. Nice jab by Gucci. Swing and miss. They're both swinging and missing. That's a nice exchange. Nice. I got to tell you, man, Jorge Chavez's work in the pocket is nice. I'm impressed with how tight Chavez is with his counters in the pocket. Flores' jab is sharp. It's when he's over swinging, though, Chavez has made him pay a couple times. Interesting round. Yeah, Flores is forcing it. If you're a Flores fan, you need him to calm down. Yeah, he doesn't look confused. He kind of looks like he's getting scolded. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't say he looks confused with what he's seeing. He's kind of looking like, We focused on this all fight camp. We practice it every day for you not to overswing. We practice it every day for you to set your backhand up with your jab. Why aren't you doing it? And so the face that he was giving his coach, that looked like a face to me like he was like if you ever have a dog, you're training the dog and you have to scold the dog, it was like that look. It wasn't like confusion to me. Round 2. I like that body work. So we've already seen an adjustment by Gucci, stepping in, working the body where he was headhunting in the first round. He's already landed 2 nice body shots, and Chavez's hands dropped a bit. So in the first round, he threw, the jab is crispy. Flores' jab is crispy. They're both thinking in there. I like what I see. Each guy has a bit of class. Nice little counter. It's going to be interesting because right now Chavez is allowing Flores to control the where the action is, but Chavez is countering him and making him pay. That's not a difficult adjustment that Flores is going to have to make, by the way. All that's going to come down to is shortening his punches up and feinting a bit more. So, as you just saw there, as that adjustment's made by Flores, Chavez is going to have to turn the volume up. He's not going to be able to just sit back and do this and expect to win the fight. 90 seconds left in the second. They're both swinging and missing. Flores has calmed down a lot. He looks like he's settling in. I want to see more body work. And it's Chavez now. Jorge Chavez is going to have to make an adjustment on what he wants to do. Nice over. He's just, winging one punch. It's a nice counter. Chavez's best work has been that backhand counter. Nice little movement there. He's doing exactly what he said he was going to do. He said he's going to have the better feet. He said he's going to have the better defense and be the better boxer. He's looking good right now, Jorge Chavez. But Flores has, made a nice adjustment for me, at least, from round 1 to round 2. He's shortened his game up, and he's gotten out of position a lot less from round 1 to round 2. 45 seconds left in the second. Nice jab. The jab's there. Nice. All right, we finally see Flores with a counter. $30 seconds left in the second. 15 seconds. Oh, a nice right hand by Chavez. Okay, 2 down. Chavez has a nice counter. I just, over a 10-round fight, like I said, the only way that counter lands is if Flores gives it to him. You know what I'm saying? You walk into a counter boxer's game wheelhouse by over punching. Flores did that a lot in the first. That second was a lot better for Flores, though. Yeah, it could be 2-0 Chavez, could be 1-1. I would actually give that second to Flores. Am I a minute behind? All right, I'm not even going to look at the chat then because I don't want to see a knockout when it doesn't happen. Am I a minute behind? It doesn't. No, I can't control it. It's probably because I'm in Australia. Yeah, round 3 is about to start. Start in round 3, guys. It could be 1-1. It could be 2-0 Chavez. But I think that's a Flores second round. I got to be honest with you. Just based on the slight adjustment we saw from rounds 1 to 1-2. And already starting off the third round, Flores lands a big jab. He looks much more measured now. And it's Chavez that, Chavez needs to make an adjustment with his output. I don't think you're going to be able to win a fight just one and doneing just one, using the feet. I like his footwork. But right now, it's hard for me to, the game plan for Chavez is just to counter. A minute gone in the third. Nice body work by Manny. Nice feet by Chavez. It's a good little matchup so far. Nice little matchmaking. Ooh, big left hand by Chavez. Ooh, nice work by Flores. Ooh, Manny was just a second off of that, like a half an inch. You know what it is? Flores just needs to shorten his shots up. Even at the highest level, the great punchers were always able to throw heavy shots from short range. Not here, but just there. And you see Flores kind of overextending and missing in that close range. A minute 20 left in the third. I like the body work Flores is doing from the southpaw position, actually stepping in and landing his backhand to the body. My boxing coach would always say, though, if you're stepping in and landing your backhand to the body, finish up top with the lead hand. He's just kind of stepping in, or at least show the jab. Nice body rip by Flores. That looked like it hurt him a bit. A minute left in the third. He didn't like that body shot, Chavez. And like I said, if this pace continues like this, in terms of output, who the A side is on the card, where the fight's being played, Chavez is going to have to do a bit more on offense if he wants to win a fight at this pace, unless he feels he's going to drop Flores. Because, a counter boxer, all it takes is a punch, something on, the back end to win a 10-8 round. 30 seconds left. Ooh, nice little exchange. I think Flores got the best of that exchange. Chavez is on his front foot for the first time. Good little fight. 20 seconds left in the third. Not a lot separating these two. But Chavez's hands are down. I think he's, kind of his style maybe, trying to add a little bit of like a reflex style to his defense. I don't like how he's keeping his hands down, though, getting hit with shots he shouldn't get hit. Round 3, how you score it? You have Chavez 3-0. I don't know. It's weird. I guess it depends on what you're seeing. Who else sees that a 3-0 Chavez? Because I thought Flores won the second, and that third was super close. I mean, that third... No, Chavez is better. So everyone's seeing it, Chavez 3-0. Okay. 2-1 Chavez. Flores is shafting him. See, I think it's Flores 2-1. I thought that was a Flores round. I thought Flores did the better body work, and I know he's up on punch stats as well. He's throwing more, but that's just his style. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt if it's Chavez 2-1, but definitely not 3-0. Yeah, definitely not 3-0. Here we go, round 4. He's sneaky. Chavez got good feet. But you also got to land. But he's hurt. Oh, he's wobbled. Chavez is wobbled. He clinches. It looked like he kind of froze up a bit. I got to see a replay. It looked like he did one of the, that Paulie Malignaggi. Oh, this is heating up. Yeah, this is heating up. I still think Flores is going to stop him, guys. I don't like Chavez's body language when he gets hit to the body, and I don't think he likes getting hit too much. That might sound kind of like there's certain guys who react to certain. I don't like the way Chavez, his body language when he gets hit. I think Manny stops him. A minute 45 in the fourth. $90 seconds left in the fourth. It's a nice little fight. So 77 to 65 power shots thrown, 26-21. Yeah, Flores is out throwing and outlanding Chavez. And that's what I'm seeing too. Take what you will of that statistically, but it's very tough to win a fight. Oh, that hurt him to the body too. I don't like what I see from Chavez when he gets hit to the body. It almost looks like he just freezes. I don't know what that is. Maybe it's just this awkward style he has. A minute left in the fourth. Oh, that's good body work by Chavez. Flores returns with a jab. Ooh, good body work by Chavez. Chavez is nice. Good body work by Manny. That's a low blow. Not called. 30 seconds left in the fourth. Chavez is slowing down. He's moving a lot less, and he's standing flat-footed a lot more in front of Flores. Yeah, Chavez is not using as nearly much footwork. Flores is nice jab. 10 seconds left in the fourth. Oh, nice body rip by Flores. See, I think it could be. Mate, it depends on how you're scoring it. I mean, 2-2. It could be 3-1 either way. You got a 3-1 Chavez. I don't know, man. It could be 2-2, or I think it could go 3-1 either way. I like 2-2. It's a close fight. I got to be honest with you. I don't like Chavez's body language in the corner right now, and I don't like when he gets hit to the body. Chavez does look like he's slowing down. Like I said, punch resistance is a thing. Like, I don't like his reaction when he gets hit. Watch these replays. Right there, that one to the liver. And he grabs. Yeah, I'm still comfortable with my stoppage pick. I think Manny stops him. That body work is brutal. Flores is sitting and digging. You see Chavez cruising. It's all good, mate. That's why boxing is so subjective. Round 5, boys. Ooh, that was pretty work by Chavez. Does some nice work in there, mate. Being able to stick and move. It takes a lot of energy to fight like that, though. Round 5. 30 seconds gone. Nice jab. Nice backhand by Manny. Swing and miss by Chavez. Flores really hasn't landed much. He's just trying to get his feet in the proper position. See, round 5, at least if you're looking from a Flores technical perspective, he's now at least putting his feet in the proper position before he punches. Round 1, he was all over the shop. He was over punching. He settled down a lot from round 2 onwards. I mean, he could fight it. This is the pace he wants to fight at. This is the pace that he generally wins his fights at. It's Chavez that, because of this defensive style, wanting to counter, he's going to have to rely on his cardio a lot more against this style. Because if he gets they're trading there. If he gets flat-footed here and starts playing the phone booth game with Manny, that's what Flores wants him to do. But Chavez, it's a good Chavez round. Flores' output is definitely slowed as well. He's not as active with his jab. He's much more flat-footed. Yeah, dare I say a round off, because, at this level, you don't take rounds off. You should never take a round off. But so far, Chavez is outworking him in this round. Flores, with a minute left, is trying to establish himself in the round. There he is, more active with the jab, swings and misses with the backhand. Chavez angles off. Flores misses with a lead hook. Flores gets caught with an uppercut. Yeah, Chavez keeps his hands so low. 30 seconds left in the 5th. Yeah, you should never take 10 rounds off, man. 20 seconds left. Chavez jumps in with a big right hand, hits the gloves of Flores. Ten seconds. Yeah, that's a Chavez round. That's a Chavez round. I'm interested to see how they're scoring it. Look at Joel getting in his ass, boy. Joel's getting in his ass, boy. Oh, is it? Yeah, I wouldn't be. I'm still comfortable with my pick. I don't. Yeah. People saying this is why I picked Chavez is insane. Acting as if it's just a wash. Yeah, I can see 3-2 Chavez. I like that. 3-2 Chavez sounds fair. It could be 3-2 either way. Round 6, boys. All right. Flores is boxing like he just got a talking to from his corner. Yeah, Flores needs to land something big. Oh, Chavez looks good, starting to take over here in this round. Yeah, Chavez didn't look like this on his film study, by the way. People were like, this is why I picked Jorge Chavez. You guys are wild. Jorge Chavez did not look like this in his film study. He looks good tonight. A minute gone in the 6th. Nice uppercut by Flores. Flores, he kind of looks like a confused fighter right now. He doesn't look as confident. Nice, there you go. Nice step in. Throw the hook after that. Ooh, 2 minutes. Nice body work. I think Flores should go back to the body. He had a good 4th round working the body. Oh, nice. That was a nice backhand he hit on Chavez. Chavez wears it well. He's kind of just pitter-patting his shots, picking his volume up. It's a good adjustment by Chavez in terms of not waiting as long as he was waiting in the earlier rounds and getting his volume up with, just pitter-patting shots. A minute left in the 6th. Distance. Get your money. Twenty, 30 seconds left in the 6th. Oh, nice little exchange in the middle. 10 seconds left in the 6th. Nice jab by Flores. Step in jab. Nice body rip. You think it's down the drain? 3-3. Yeah, it could be. It's a close decision. We'll see. Flores lost this one. Halfway through the fight, you're saying Flores lost. Insane. We'll see. That crowd is definitely not happy. I think 3-3 would kind of be kind towards Flores. I think Chavez probably up 4-2, but you know, I don't know what the judges are looking at. The Patriot out here. Nothing wrong with landscaping, mate. I know a couple guys who are millionaires and they're landscapers. I know 2 friends who are millionaires and they're landscapers, mate, in here in Australia. Yeah, Flores needs a big round. Well, he doesn't need a big round. He just needs, it's not like he's, I don't know, man. It's round 7. Flores isn't hurt. He's not really, you know, Chavez hasn't hurt him. He just looks a bit frustrated. That's better. That's better. That's better. You know, ooh, that's good work. The crowd gets loud for the first time. Flores is at his best when he's working the body, mate. That little shoe shine and body work is nice. He needs the crowd to get into it. You know what I'm saying? He needs a couple big moments to get the crowd into it. Boxing's about rhythm, man. You want to build momentum throughout a fight, and getting the crowd on your side is part of that, especially as a fighter who fights off of rhythm with confidence. That matters. 299, 336. Yeah, Flores is out punching and outlanding him. So yeah, if you're looking at it from a statistical perspective, Flores is out punching and outlanding him, but that's just because of Chavez's style. So that's what I'm talking about, dude. You guys are going to be salty if Chavez continues to fight like this. I don't see him winning a decision. That's all I'm saying. Ooh, big shots landed by both gentlemen. It's a tough style. If you're not a big puncher, if you're not a big, if you're going to counterbox and not have one punch knockout or at least devastating power to get big eye-opening sort of moments on the scorecards, it's tough to win decisions. Chavez is trying to turn it up a bit. Trying to get on his front foot. 1:15 left in the 7th. A minute left in the 7th. Chavez is fighting more brave, though. He's fighting more with intent from about the 4th round onwards. Manny looked really good in the 4th. It looked like he took the 5th off. The 6th round was close. This 7th round is a Jorge Chavez round, and he's winning it by a big margin. There's a cut on Manny Flores' right eye. 30 seconds left. And Chavez is... Manny's getting beat up in this round. Oh, big body shot. He hurt him with that. Big body shot by Flores lands. 20 seconds left in the 7th. Oh, how they scoring it. Manny might get stopped. Jarnell Wilkerson fighting under, I think he's Jorge Chavez's sparring partner. We got Jarnell Wilkerson on the live stream. He's Jorge Chavez's sparring partner. Chavez doing the more eye-catching work, definitely from the 5th round onwards. Manny's definitely frustrated. The crowd is silent. Golden boy. Chop, chop, beast. Chop, chop, Gonzalez. 300 on Chavez. Don't hate. I ain't hate, player. If Manny doesn't show any hurt and comes out strong, he can get around. Of course it's over, mate. Wilmer Ramirez, he's doing a funeral procession for his parlay. He's like, peace. Round 8. That was a compliment, mate, by the way. Sparring partner's a compliment. It's I'm saying that you're in a gym training with a guy who has a main event. In terms of your favoritism. Not just for your parlay. It went over your head. It's all good. Round 8. How you guys scoring it? No live scoring either. What do you guys think of live scoring? Like to have open scoring? I think who was asked about that recently. I think it was his answer. He surprised me with his answer. It might have been Malignaggi. It was somebody I was listening to. It was a pro, former champion, and he was asked, "What do you think about open scoring?" And I thought he was going to say, "Yeah, we should have that." And he was like, he wasn't a fan of it. A minute gone in the 8th, boys. Joseph. Well, did you watch round 4? Was a good round for Manny. Oh, nice hook by Chavez. Yeah, Chavez is controlling. Good body work. They cheating. Oh, that's a nice counter by Manny. I want to see Manny on his toes. I want to see him bite down on that mouthpiece. Stay in the middle. A minute left in the 8th. Nice backhand by Chavez. Nice counter. Nice step in cross by Flores. Misses with the punch. Chavez. Ooh, another nice counter by Chavez. A minute left in the 8th. We might have to be wishing for some home cooking, boys. We might have to wish for some home cooking. 30 seconds left in the 8th. Oh, the crowd's are the crowd chanting Chavez? $20 seconds left in the 8th. Yeah, it's close. It's close. Flores round. How are they scoring this? 4-4? 5-3 Flores? They're chanting Manny. That's good. I think Chavez is losing, though. So you pick Chavez to lose too, random guy perspective? Oscar. I think Oscar has money on Gucci. He looks like he has money on Gucci. We got 6 minutes left. I think it's probably 4-4 or 5-3 Chavez. Yeah, the fight's not... It's still close. I mean, both guys could still win. Two rounds left. Ooh, good body rip by Manny. It's a good round by Flores so far. Ooh, nice step in hook. It's a better round for Manny Flores. Chavez needs to get off the ropes. Get out of the corner, Chavez. He's just walking in. I don't know what's Chavez doing this round. A minute left in the 9th. Oh, nice hook by Manny. They're firing now. The chanting of Flores, Manny. Those are on the gloves. A nice body rip by Flores. It's a better Manny Flores round. I go, you go sort of thing in the 9th. $90 seconds left in the 9th. Flores is on the ropes. Good body rip by Manny. Another good body rip by Manny. Chavez returns with a body shot himself. Standing in the middle. A minute left in the ninth. This is a frustrating fight to watch on both ends. Because even if I was cheering for, if I had money on Chavez, I'd be frustrated as hell too. It's just, you see, like, domestic level fighters, when they get their range kind of confused, they get their distance and timing. That's a nice step in cross by Flores. Chavez clinches up. Better round for Flores here. Big right hook by Flores. Chavez looks kind of wobbled. Big hook by Flores again. They're exchanging with 25 seconds left. More of this. Ooh, big body rip. This is a big round by Manny Flores, boys. Another, he wobbles him. Dude, he's hurt. He's hurt. Let's get that knockout, boy. That's a huge round for Manny Flores, dude. It's a big round. I think Manny's gonna, dude, we could still get that stoppage. We could still get that stoppage. Where'd my guy, in the fifth round, you guys were burning your parlays up, dude. You guys had a funeral procession for your parlays in the fifth round. How dare you? We had dudes talking about they were sparring partners. People were ordaining Chavez as... I think Manny wins the 10th. He wins this fight. Yeah, I got Manny up. Manny... How are they scoring? I think Chavez is getting outpunched. I think he's getting outlanded. When you look at the stats, he's not at home. Yeah, I mean, here we go, boys. Here we go, boys. Yeah, if you're looking at optics and body language, dude, Jorge Chavez is in trouble. Dude, this Manny Flores looks... This dude in the 10th is the dude that his fans... This is the dude that I saw on tape. This is why I picked Manny Flores. This is the dude... Oh, that's a nice counter by Chavez. Nice backhand. Dude, the opening round of the 10th is off 30... Oh, nice. Dude, they're changing and exchanging. Chavez might get stopped here. Chavez does not like that. Nice backhand. Oh, Manny Flores is biting down on his mouthpiece. Headbutt. Big headbutt, boys. That was a nasty one. That was a nasty head clash. 2 minutes left in the 10th. You could hear the crowd. Manny. Big body rip. Manny. Manny. I like what I'm seeing from Flores in terms of the tenacity, too, late. He looks like a dude who's going for, he's turning it on. And Chavez looks like a kid who was doing enough to survive. He's not doing enough to win this fight. It's still up in the air, boys. A minute 45 left. Ooh, nice body. Nice uppercut by Flores. Nice return fire by Chavez. Chavez is blinking it out. Nice little slip. 90 seconds left in the fight. Dude, definitely the momentum shifted. Oh, a big backhand. Chavez is hurt. His legs do not look under him. Manny Flores turning it on. Chavez returns fire. Nice little exchange. A minute left in the 10th. We thought we were going to see... Rounds 9 and 10 have been good. We thought we were going to see this the entire fight. Ooh, body rip. Flores is turning it up. This is the spirit. This is why Flores, his fans, he has fans. But Jorge Chavez, dog. If you're a Manny Flores coach, you're frustrated all the time, though. because you see that gear that he has. Oh, Chavez coming on. Chavez looking good with 30 seconds left. They're exchanging in the middle. The boys are trading. Flores working the body. 20 seconds left. They clinch. They both kind of grin at each other. Flores steps in with that backhand. Lands a big straight. Oh! Manny gets caught. Chavez lands a big right hand. Here we go. Chavez landed a huge right hand at the end. Flores wore it well. Yeah, that's a Manny fight. If you went the distance, congrats. I got Manny by UD. I got Manny by UD. 6'4". 6'4" Manny. We need a kid. No, Manny Flores. I got Flores 7-3. Manny by UD. Oh, yeah, he was definitely staggered, mate. He did wobble him, dude. Watch the highlights. I don't know what fight you're watching. What are you talking about? Chavez's legs wobbled a couple times. Ooh, that was his best punch of the fight. Chavez is, look at it. Fun fight. Yeah, it's a domestic level fight, guys. No, draw. Rambler, don't you bring that negativity into the chat, Rambler. You've been silent all chat, mate. You come in, you want a draw. A draw ruins our tickets in Australia. Mr. Reed, fingers crossed. Let's go. I got to wrap my hands. I got to go straight from this down to sparring. Yeah, you see Kane, Rambler pops in right when they do the cards talking about, I hope it's a draw. This. All right, here we go. Oh, it's a quick decision. It's a quick decision. They're not thinking about it. Somebody said, who looks like they have a Halloween mask on? You guys are insane. I'm not looking at the chat because if my stream is behind, I'm going to be salty. I'm not looking at the chat because you guys probably already know who won. Oh, that's a big cut. Unanimous decision. $97-93 Chavez. Oh, a draw. A draw. Australia, we got screwed again. It's draw season, baby. Parlays are cooked. Well, that was fun. Kane, how did you get your money back? Oh, Bet365 gives you your money back. I got to get off sports bet. I got cooked on the draw. Jarnell Wilkerson, mate, you were wrong and so was I. A draw. How was that a draw? I bet Flores, but Chavez won that. Nah, I disagree. I'll take that. Living in America. The boys are hitting with the draw. I'm not. I'm toast. I didn't go heavy on it, though. Somebody said a draw. It was Rambler. Rambler, what are you doing, mate? You weren't on the... Rambler, you've done this before, dude. You might get 86th. You come and bring that negativity out here. I got saved on Manny. There you go. Well, I'm glad you guys who listened to me got saved with the draw. But not the Aussies. We got cooked. A draw cooks us in America. Guys, I got to run. That was fun, though. That was fun. Jarnell, be good, mate. I appreciate you on the stream, man. I'm just messing. You know your stuff. Good stuff, boys. That was fun. I'm glad you guys with the draw didn't lose. You Aussies who listened to me, will live to fight another day. Rambler, you might get a suspension. I don't know about that. Jarnell, you brought that negative energy. He did. But Jarnell, Rambler does it all the time. Rambler always brings that second guess energy, and maybe it'll be a draw energy. Insane, dude. Maybe it's an AI bot. But I got to run, boys. I appreciate everybody. Like, subscribe, join the Discord. That was fun. Appreciate you guys. I'll see you tomorrow.